Yep. Did you ever notice that as soon as I click live, and then it takes a couple of seconds for it to confirm that it's live, but then it says live for, you've been live for like 11 seconds. I'm like, no, I'm not.
Yeah. Yep.
Bastards.
Yeah, there's a little bit of a delay there. Yeah.
Hey, Keith.
Hey, Thomas.
Smoke them if you got them.
Yeah. We happen to have the same beer too, so
we didn't even plan this. That's awesome.
No. I haven't had it in a bottle yet, so.
That's the funny thing. Yeah, you guys get a lot of your Schwenkelaars in cans, don't you?
Yeah, that's because they tanker it over it, and then Be United cans it here.
Hey man, you gotta be united.
Yeah,
that was a funny joke. I thought that was a funny joke. Okay, anyway, so
it just got me thinking about what the B stands for. So like I was just like, oh yeah, I don't know what the B stands for in that.
Beer?
I don't know. Oh, maybe. Yeah.
I'm just guessing. I don't know. It's just a guess. I'm gonna quickly do something about my exposure log. Get that done, and then we can open the beer, man. Are you ready opening it?
Yes.
Sweet. What are you drinking this from?
Oh, should I use my mug?
I'm gonna let you do whatever you want, man. I'm just drinking this from my Schlenkerla glass, which I basically just cleaned and rinsed, and of course it's fucking dirty.
I have my Rauchbier mug this week of Rauchbier.
Oh, dude, there he already is. That's awesome. Hey, buddy.
What's going on?
And man, you got a little bit of a buzz in the background, like an electrical hum.
Is it this? Hold on. Is it gone now?
No. Oh, it just cut out for a second.
This sounds more like this sounds like a microphone thing.
Yeah, it sounds like a.
Sounds like a microphone hum.
Yeah.
Yeah, like a little feedback kind of thing.
How about now?
No.
See, I'm worried because the tip of a cord broke off inside my audio device.
Oh, shit.
So I don't know if it's that or not.
Yeah, that sucks.
Well, let me try here. Let me try something else.
Go for it, dude. We'll just I'll just go through a few comments but there, it's gone.
Oh.
You muted yourself. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna quickly go through some comments in the meantime. So we got window beer reviews. Thomas saying hi, everybody. We got Renee saying, so the question is, this type of beer is not drinkable. That's not a question. That's a statement. That's a false statement.
Hey, Renee.
So Renee does. To which Remy is saying.
So he's making fun of smoked beers is what he's doing right there. Right.
Yeah. Yeah. He does not enjoy them. While Remy, Beer Geek Holland, is saying he really does. And Renee says, no, I do not. And it's not his thing. Wallow saying, goedenavond. We got Renee chiming in with it. Bye. Renee chiming in that even Lichtenhagen from Kromahari with a lot of peach wasn't his thing because of the smoky thing. Hey, dude, Renee, he's apologizing for not liking smoked beers like Rauchbier. That's cool, dude. You can't like every style, and
you should be sorry.
I'm trying to be diplomatic here.
That's a joke. I was just joking.
Is that a joke or a yoke? I mean, come on, you can't even pronounce Rauchbier.
Oh, shush.
Oh, shush. We're live, all right. It's a big yes for Beer Geek Holland. Okay, there we go, guys. It's also Saturday evening. Yeah, go for it. Yeah. Yes,
I was gonna say, I feel like beers like this, what we're drinking right now, are way more approachable than like Schlenkerla or other beers. Yeah.
Well, for example, yeah. I mean, if you really want to get into smoked beers, but you're new to it, try
this one.
The Helles, because the Helles in itself isn't smoked,
which is insane. It's not insane. It's just like super cool.
It is. Well, somebody once told me that I'm hearing two things. I know that it doesn't use smoked malts, Somebody said that it's smoked. It has a smoky perfume to it because it comes from a place where, like, if you're sitting next to a bonfire, you're not on fire yourself, of course, but you're going to get that smoky aroma because you're in. Yeah. Somebody once told me that the yeast is smoked.
Yeah,
That sounds.
Well, as far as the yeast goes, I've heard that they use the same yeast, and they like collect the yeast and they've I forget the word whatever.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
So they've used it for so long, and they've reused it that it's actually it's actually has some smoky character from all the
that's what I've heard as well. The point being, in the end of the day, it's not really like a smoked beer that uses smoked malt. So this is very approachable. It's like got this soft, subtle, sweet smoke vibe to it. It's not like the liquid bacon that you get from the Märzen, for example. Yeah. Or like if you get the double buck, that smoked eel thing almost. This is just so refreshing and yeah. I mean, I love this shit. So my question to you is, because we're gonna talk about all kinds of things. We're gonna talk about whatever we want to talk about. But one of the things that we're going to talk about a lot is smoked beers. Actual Rauchbier, like this, but also just generic smoked beers. Like I'm going to have a smoked porter later on. I have a smoked imperial barrel-aged brown ale. You've got some great stuff lined up. Was your first smoked beer immediately enjoyable, or did you have to like learn how to drink it?
Yeah, I don't remember the first smoked beer I've had. I'm assuming it was I think it was the Schlenkerla Märzen, whatever.
I'm not going to correct you. I'm not going to correct you. I'm not going to do it.
But
it's Märzen.
But I'm like a huge fan of liquid smoke. So like having that that kind of flavor character in a beer was always kind of like enjoyable for me.
Do you enjoy single malts whiskey, Scotch?
Yeah.
Do you enjoy the smoky PT?
Like
a Bowmore or a Lefroy?
I haven't had too many of those.
Right.
I do enjoy it sometimes, but I'm not like the peaty smokiness. I'm not as much of a fan of, but I do enjoy it. I have to be in a mood in the mood for it though.
Real peat smoke. So there's a thing. I hear people in the beer scene, they're drinking a smoked beer, and they've had smoked barrel-aged smoked beers, like a stout aged on a Lefroy barrel, for example. Mm-hmm. And then they have like an actual smoked beer, and they'll use the characters, the terminology like, oh, this is very peaty smoky. It's not. There's a difference.
Yeah.
So the malt is smoked over fire. This can be wood smoke, wood fire. It can be a peat fire, and a peat fire has a very different vibe, a very different sort of phenolic interaction. The phenols are completely different. Not phenol, the phenolic thingy. Yeah. English. My English is fucked. My English isn't always that great, just so you know. But it's a different kind of aroma than wood smoked. But a lot of people in the beer scene will call anything that's smoked immediately. They're going to go like, "Oh, that's so peaty." It isn't. It's a completely different thing. This is not peated.
No,
we need to make that very clear. So depending on the wood that you use, you can get like ashy dry. You can get like a sweet cherry smoke thing going on, like with barbecue.
Yeah.
And I know you're vegan.
Yeah.
But you used to eat meats back in the day, right? Were you a fan of like real smoked barbecue as well, like real barbecue instead of?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, exactly. See, there you go. So there's a trend there.
Yeah. Also, I did want to point out that we have the bottle right here, and it does say it is boiled in the same copper kettles and bottom fermented by the same yeast as the classic Rock. I don't know. My mouth
You
doesn't
do-
do that.
You do actually get an English description.
Yeah. Oh, is yours
Okay.
not in English? Oh, well,
Helle
that makes
Schlenkerla
sense.
Lager wird mit feinstem Aromahopfen aus Spalt bei Nürnberg gebraut und reift in den Bierkellen aus dem 14. Jahrhundert unter der Schlenkerla Malzerei und Brauerei in Bamberg. Es wird in den gleichen alten Köpfekästen geschotten und mit derselben und garigen Hefe vergoren, wie das klassische Schlenkerla Rauchbier. Der daraus resultierende ganz leichte Rauschgeschmack macht das Schlenkerla Lager zu einem ungewöhnlichen und einzigartigen Vertreter des klassischen Biertyp Helles Lager.
Yeah.
My German sucks, by the way. My German is really, really bad.
Oh, sounds all the same to me. I don't speak German, so. But yeah. So it picks up.
It's one of my classics. One of my favorites. I love this beer style for its absolute, still refreshing quality, like a real Helles. And I think that in the end of the day, I wouldn't classify this as a smoked. I mean, we're talking about Rauchbier here, but I wouldn't classify this as an actual Rauchbier. For me, this is just a Helles.
Yeah, because it doesn't have any smoked malts, so it's just it gets its smoke character from other places. But I think the definition of Rauch beer is smoked malts. The use of smoked malts.
For me, it is. For me, it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
In any kind of fashion. In any kind of fashion. Although I do make a differentiation between. Oh wait.
Oh,
let's see.
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
We can hear you, and there's no hum. There's no electrical.
Yeah.
Okay. I just kind of shut down and did a bunch of stuff. I've been doing so much computer work. It's insane. So, anyway, what's going on?
We're talking about Rauchbier.
Yeah.
About what?
Rauchbier. I knew he was going to do this.
Rauchbier? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Rauchbier. Yeah, we're talking about Rauchbier. I see you're enjoying the high life, aren't you?
I only have one smoked beer. I couldn't find any smoked beer. I actually went out on purpose to go get some, and I couldn't find any.
It's all cool, man. It's all cool. I just love the fact that you're here because even though you're not drinking it, I mean, you are.
I have one that I'm going to open after this. So I got the classic. Smoked black lager.
Is that a smoked beer?
Yeah.
Because I was looking at it and it doesn't say that it's smoked on the can, or does it? Did I miss it?
And no, it doesn't say it, but it is smoked. It's a smoked beer. They don't say it on the can. They said it on the old cans, but it is a smoked beer. At least the internet says so. But I did find this on my travels.
Ooh. Holy shit!
What is that?
I'm just gonna put you on solo for a moment.
Farmhouse. Is that 2015? Wow.
Yeah, they haven't made this in like 4 or 5 years. And I found a 4-pack of it for $10.
Fucking hell!
Did you have one yet?
I'm gonna drink one on air, but yeah, they had I think they had like 2 or 3 more 4-packs. So if this one's a winner, I'll go back and get it.
So we were just talking a little bit, and I can have the same. I'm going to ask you the same question that I just asked Keith. Did you love / enjoy your first smoked beer, or was that like a learning curve for you?
No, it was a learning curve.
Yeah, it
definitely was. You know what I mean? Like, I remember like when I had my first smoked beer. So there's a really, really good beer bar in a town called Easton, Pennsylvania. It's called Porter's Pub. And they got really good food, and they have really solid beer selection. They've always had a really good beer selection. They're like one of those kind of they've always had it, you know what I mean, before it was even popular. And they have an amazing whiskey section too. Anyway, but so they had a mug club. Basically what it was is like the whole ceiling, like if you look at, let me see if I could bring up a picture of it, but basically they had 100 beers. They always had 100 beers in bottles. the Mug Club was they had this old like dot matrix printer hooked up to like a Commodore 64 in a corner. And like what you would do is you'd sign up for the beer club and you'd enter your name in there, and then every time you would go there, you would like check in the beers before Untapped existed. You would like write it which of the 100 beers you've had, and then once you went through the whole list, then they gave you like a pewter mug. Like this is actually in it, and they hang them from the ceiling. Like you just walk in and grab the mug off the ceiling when you go in.
Give me a second.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Yeah, so when you walk in, you basically grab your mug and then drafts for forever, or like something like 25% off or something like that, forever or whatever. Nice. So they had two Schlenkerler on there, and I was like, yeah, I'm saving those for the last two because I don't want to drink those. That's like, and we're talking, God, when did I live in Easton? Oh God, 15, 20 years ago. You know what I mean? Like longer, maybe even. So it was never like a thing I loved. I actually bought a ton of Schlenkler, and I used to cook with it a lot. Doing marinades and chilies and things like that with it. But it wasn't until
just a very quick question. Any specific bottle that you would use for like a chili? A specific Schlenkler, or just anything that was smoked?
Just that. Because it's smoked. Because I would use the Doppelbock. I would use whatever, depending on what. If I wanted to be richer or whatever. But it was like you also have to remember, this was 2005, 2004. Mm-hmm. It's like if I found one, I was lucky. Let alone having a choice between which ones I'd found. You know what I mean? Like back then, it wasn't something that was readily available here. But I grew to enjoy them. Just like pretty much everything else. It's beer, man. No one ever drinks their first beer when they're a baby and goes, "Hey, man, that's delicious." You learn to acquire taste, and it comes with several different levels in beer.
The fun thing is, when I had my first, smoky single malt, like a peated malt, like a Lefroy, or I think my first one was a Lagavulin. I don't remember. I fell in love with that shit straight away.
Yeah,
I was in love with smoked.
There's some people that like that.
Yeah, but that was with the whiskey. But with the beers, it took me like it wasn't a dislike. But the first time I had a Schlenkerla, I remember I was sitting there going like, okay, it's definitely not bad, but I had different expectations, and it took a few tries to really get the right vibe. And then just really fell in love with it. It was maybe the different type of smoke, which Keith and I talked about when you were off there for a second. It has an influence, of course. There's a big difference between peat smoked, and like cherry wood smoked or whatever. So
the big difference really is between that is that peat whiskeys still suck and smoked beers don't. So yeah.
So it was nice hearing from you, Matt. I'm just gonna quickly. No, I'm not that kind of douche actually. So.
Well, you are, but you just realize I could just put myself back in. So.
Well, there's that, and I just really don't want to go through all the hassle of doing that. But yeah. So I got some stuff lined up, and in terms of smoked beer, so we're gonna be good. And this is an annoying thing because I need to change my exposure lock every now and then because the natural lighting is dimming. We're going to quickly go through a few of the comments. So we got Martijn saying, Tilp, Thomas, I like beer. Or Thomas, I love beer, Tilp. Young Thomas saying, hello, Thomas. He's drinking Moersleutel's Diepa. It really wasn't bad, but that thing was way too fucking sweet. His first good smoked beer was a smoked porter. You can't go wrong with a smoked porter. There's the money shot right there, people.
Yeah, cascading over.
Yeah. But in a dimple mug like that, you want that sort of cascading.
Yeah.
It just finishes it off. Good evening, y'all. Long time no see. This composition on my screen. What do you mean, Matt chugging foam? I haven't seen that in a while. That's true. Well, it's been a while since the three of us were live together, I think. No, wait, we did the thing
last week, right?
Last week, yeah, there was the super lager thing, which
but that was yeah.
This is a little different. Schlenkerla smoked beer, always good. And we at Wageningen Brewery also have a smoked Bach. See, there you go. That's always a good thing.
Yeah.
That's always a good thing. Bach season is coming up, by the way, here in the Netherlands. Is that a thing in the US? Do you guys have like a real Bach season?
We don't have like a Bach. We don't have like a Bach season. But you know, we do get more imports of Bachs, obviously, because they're released. So there are breweries that produce Bachs during this time of year, but not nearly as feverish as overseas. But the good thing about it is Bachs, man. Keith, say something.
What?
You gotta adjust your mic. If when you don't say anything, this noise keeps getting louder and louder and louder and louder.
Really?
Oh, that's weird.
Not for me.
Not for you, no.
Weird.
But anyway, yeah, there's a lot of breweries that do stuff like that. But the good thing about it is, Bachs are one of the most shelf-stable beers ever.
Oh, yeah.
So we get so many Bachs from overseas over here, and they just kind of sit around on shelves, and we can grab them at any time. So it's not like they come out here and then they're gone. They come out here and then they stay here, and they come out again and they stay here. You know what I mean? Yeah. So
because I sometimes get the impression that Bach as a style is brewed all year long in the U.S.
I mean, double Bachs. There's a couple breweries that hang their hat in double Bach, like Trogs. Troganator is kind of like almost their flagship beer. And there's a lot of breweries that do like double Bachs, but you don't see a ton of like lower ABV kind of single Bachs and stuff like that. It's mostly like double Bach.
Yeah.
I'm not mad at it. That's not something you'll see in the Netherlands here. I mean, I know some German breweries will do double Bachs throughout, but here in the Netherlands, the actual Bach beer is usually just done. See, there you fucking go.
Oh, I almost grabbed one of those the other day.
Yeah, oak aged Doppelbock, baby.
I got their best bitter, which I drank yesterday. It was fantastic, and I got their dark mild. I think, yeah.
Yeah, OEC's awesome. I still got to go there.
This is so cool. I just opened up Instagram to. It's cool and it's also a bit creepy. I just opened Instagram to do a quick story on, we're live, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, and you saw my Opal post?
No, I just saw Nerd Sense pop up with Fox Farms smoked double Bach.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Like, what the fuck?
Sean and I reviewed that the other week, last week.
It sounds great, man.
We posted it today.
I'd love to. I need to get that Fox Farm in my life. I need to get that sorted.
You just come over here, dude. It's pretty easy. Just get on a plane.
I'm on a plane with cocaine. Sorry. I need to get that sorted. I'm gonna sort it for next year. I have been saying that for a long time. I know, and I suck because I'm an asshole. But
you could sleep in my shed if I ever finish it.
I'll sleep on. I'll sleep in that studio. I'll sleep there.
This will be my kid's room. That's not appropriate.
Good point. That's not a good thing.
Yeah.
You could stay here if we get a new couch.
I'll sleep on a couch. I'll sleep basically anywhere.
Our couch now sucks. So.
That was very close to being a Doctor Who thing. I'll sleep on a couch. I'll sleep in the crib. I'll sleep in the room. I'll sleep anywhere. Thomas Open travels to the United States.
Let me out.
Dr. Zeus edition.
Oh, Dr. Zeus. I thought you said Doctor Who for a second. I was like, wait, that's from Doctor
Zeus.
Who? Dr. Zeus. You're supposed to pronounce it like not Dr. Zeus, but differently. Yeah. Somebody once told me. Is that true?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not whoever fucking said that is the same person that said it's called GIF, not GIF. Fuck those people.
Yeah, apparently it's pronounced
Use
Joyce or something? What was it?
Yeah, it's like Suis or Suis something. I forget.
What the fuck is that?
It's like, yeah.
That sounds like what's the name? J.K. Rowling. After so many years, suddenly saying it's Voldemort, not Voldemort. Fucking hell. Anyway, back to the smoke beers. what is your favorite smoked beer style?
What you're drinking right now?
Just the Helles. The smoked Helles.
Like a drinkable, a nice, like sturdy smoke, but nothing too aggressive. Like, Helles, Grodzisky kind of level. Like, something lighter but smoky and chuggable. Like that's like what I want to drink. Low ABV chuggable beer, so it's no surprise.
Yeah.
I'm a little bit.
I was hoping.
Yeah.
Because I got this, and at the same place I went the other day, but they didn't have any more.
Which one was it? Can you show it again? Could you show it?
Yeah.
Did you get that at Shangy's?
Yeah.
Yeah.
OG Polish Grodzisky. And this one is 3 years old, or was 3 years old when I drank it. So, and it was still good. It was still awesome.
Yeah, I reviewed that. I got mine from Shangy's probably like 6 months ago, I think. And I reviewed it and I thought it was delicious.
Yeah.
I think I saw that pop up. We don't really get Grodzisky that much here. I've been looking for them and I just can't seem to find them. It's
a bit of a boutique-y style for a lot of breweries in the United States. Like a lot of breweries have popped them off, like smaller breweries. So it's been nice to see.
It's just I think the smoked beer in itself is a bit of a topic. If you see it in the reviews as well here in the Netherlands, people always respond like I love them or hate them, and I always feel that the United States as a craft beer scene, and maybe it's just because of the people that I hang out with, but I always get the impression you have a much more varied craft beer scene when it comes to like to the Netherlands, especially. We're so hyper focused on the big double IPAs and the barrel aged stouts, and I know that's happening in the States as well. But for me, it always feels like if they're not doing those kind of styles, it's just a blonde ale, a triple ale, like a double, things like that, and not really experimenting with different types of lagers, different types of smoked ales, classical styles that have been kind of forgotten, and that the U.S. is doing that a lot more. Maybe it's because of the melting pot of so many different cultures. I don't know.
Yeah, well, you have to remember, too, there's a lot of, like, I mean, I'm not saying smoked beer is a U.S.-based beer, but there's a lot of, like, really, like, weird, like, obscure beer styles in the United States that were from, like, back in the day that a lot of people do, like California Commons, Kentucky Commons, shit like that. So there's an appeal for, like oddball beer, but the funniest part about smoked beer is that that group you guys are in this week in Rauchbier, because that, like, so for those that don't know, if you don't belong, there's a Facebook group and there's also a podcast called This Week in Rauchbier, which was completely and utterly started as a joke. You know what I mean? Basically, John Hall of All About Beer magazine, which is oddly enough, he just purchased All About Beer magazine and it's bringing it back. When he was doing his podcast, Beer Edge podcast, for April Fools, he released This Week in Rauchbier as like a joke. Mm-hmm. And then, like, people kept saying, like, when's the next This Week in Rauchbier? And then, like, he put out another podcast, and then he started a Facebook group to the point where, like, at the Craft Brewer Conference, like, was a Craft Brewer Conference that just happened? Yeah, like, they had a symposium of This Week in Rauchbier. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he was there, like, doing, like, a symposium and a talk about Rauchbier. It's like, and he's just like, I always love smoked beer, but I started this as a joke. I don't know why this is taking off. You know what I mean? Like, so it's one of those things where, you know how there's something in your life that you didn't know existed, and then it kind of exists, and then you were like, why didn't I know about this sooner? I think that's kind of how Rauchbier is for a lot of people. Not a lot of people know smoked beer, you know, and to the point where, like, when I went down to Keith, I think got this too. There's a brewery close to us called Two Rivers, and they had a smoked beer on draft, and I specifically went down and got it to try it. And to the point where, like, that's, you know, this is a brewery. You know, they are a brewery in a restaurant, and they make really great food, but they're a brewery. They make a lot of different beers, and really good ones, too. That one wasn't that good, but they make a lot of really good ones. And to the point where that's all they do all day is sell beer. And I asked for the Rauchbier, and she's like, "Do you want to sample it first?" And I'm like, "No." She's like, "Are you sure?" I'm like, "I love smoked beer." She's like, "Oh, okay." She's like, "Half the people in here don't even, like 90% of people come in here and ask for it, and they just say this is something's wrong with this and give it back to me." You know what I mean? So it's like, it's not even a style that people like really even understand exists, and that goes for people that visit breweries. You know?
Well, that's why I said that point about, maybe it's the people that I hang out with. You always find that. Especially online, if you go and get into discussions, you're going to say like, yeah, but no, everybody that I know loves this beer style or a movie or music or whatever topic you want to. I love the fact that you guys keep waving at the camera. You can actually add yourselves to the stream.
Oh, I know. I just didn't know what you were doing. I didn't want to just add myself to like some private thing.
I think you were speaking Dutch at one point. I didn't know what was going on.
It was
When
German.
was I speaking Dutch? I was speaking German.
It's all African.
6-1. Yeah, 6-1.
6-1. Great, love you guys.
No, we were just finished up doing what we're doing. I was like, those fuckers are live. Let's go crash the party.
Do
There
it.
you go.
We're cool.
Keith, we just drank a beer you sent to me, and it was really good.
Which one was it?
I'm not going to tell you. Freaking watch the review and comment on it, bud.
All right.
That was the...
So anyway, don't watch FLX beer reviews. Do not comment on it. Do not like it. And definitely do not subscribe.
Be kind.
Yeah, it was the Be Kind one.
Be kind.
Yeah, Farmhouse
Ale from
The
McCall.
McCall
Collective. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
that's a really good beer.
That was a good beer.
Yeah, they're a nice little brewery.
Yeah, we just cuvee these two things. So that was a thing.
Hot
Wait,
Butcher Shills.
let me just put you into solo for a second, and you can show them again.
We just did the cuvee, the Citra hop and the Mosaic hops beers.
What did you do?
Oh, that's a
Well, we did two separate reviews, but with them we cuvee.
no,
You did what?
You want to say it, Matt? Say it properly.
Cuvee. What? Hasn't
There you
Joe
Listen,
taught you guys anything?
you fucking you Jersey guys do what you gotta do, but in New York it's cuvee.
No, this is Joe. You're
Jersey
Buffalo
guy.
Joe. He's the Cuvee guy.
Listen, we don't acknowledge Encyclopedia Joe
Botanica.
Oh God.
What's going on with you boys?
We're drinking smoked beers.
Oh,
Where's your smoke?
no wonder Keith has got that perma-grin on his face, and I can tell it's just because he's bathing in smoked beer goodness.
He's like he's so happy now. I'm gonna quickly grab another beer. By the way. I'll be right back.
At this point, I'm convinced Keith just opens up, like when he's on budget, he opens up a Budweiser and pours like liquid smoke in it. He's like, yeah, fuck it. He's like,
What you guys need to do is take a snapshot of Keith right now and then make a meme that if Jason Momoa drank smoked beers.
That's exactly it.
Thomas,
Yeah.
should I open the French beer or the Swiss beer?
Both at the same time.
The answer is all three because I know which one you're hiding.
Well, no, I think I'm gonna split the two. So I'm gonna open the wild beer in the middle.
Do the French one. Do the French one. Yeah.
Yeah, see, French is the way to go.
It's an amber ale with smoked malts.
Oh, smoke, is it? Oh, how about that?
Where's my?
I love this bullshit. You gotta
Smoky frog beer.
I should have known it on a Saturday. This shit was gonna get derailed so fucking quickly.
I picked up a smoked Talus lager from Thin Man Brewery in Buffalo.
Oh
I
yeah.
love Thin Man.
Yeah.
Did you try it yet?
Yeah, it was decent. I mean, honestly, from the smoked beers that I've had that, you guys have mentioned or like maybe said, hey, maybe try this one. Like, I mean, I'll put it this way: the notch one was, I think, a lot better than the Thin Man one, but it was still a decent beer if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
No, I don't know what you mean. So I don't know these breweries.
Thin Man actually has a really cool connection. So Thin Man Brewing is owned by a guy named Mike and Blue Monk Mike, and Mike owned a bar in Buffalo called the Blue Monk, which was one of the better original OG beer bars in the country. It doesn't exist anymore, but he actually ended up doing a collaboration beer with Struce, and that Struce's Blue Monk is named Blue Monk because it's because of that beer bar. So if you ever had Struce's Blue, go ahead.
You mean Strausen?
Okay, yeah, whatever. Yeah. But that's the thing. Like the guy.
He's trees. I don't know.
Yeah. No, say Rauchbier, Thomas.
No, I don't, because you're just gonna
Yeah. Okay.
No.
Anyway,
I'm done.
Yeah. But like Thin Man has some like super deep roots in like European beer and stuff like that, which is really cool.
Rauchbier.
Yeah. No, I have noticed with a bunch of the small batch, they do a lot of different styles that I feel like they just have fun with and release them, a little bit at a time. And
And good on them for price points. Their price points are usually pretty
Their price
good.
points are solid.
Yeah, fantastic.
Yeah, they're never like really killing anybody.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
I'm going to go through some comments very quickly because this one's been on screen. So Rauchbier, and I don't know if you guys have something like split pea soup.
Yeah.
But there's like
Split pea and ham. This guy friggin' all over it.
It's my favorite.
But the one where it's like so thick you can sit your spoon up right. You know what I mean?
Sign me up.
That.
You're in his wheelhouse here.
That's what Snert is. So basically,
It's almost a meal, if you will.
Now, see, that
it is.
with some smoked ham would be fantastic.
Yeah,
Exactly. So this is what Jan Willem is saying: a Rauchbier, and then that split pea soup with some rye bread and some like smoky pork on it.
Bitch.
That's fucking amazing.
You son of a bitch.
All right.
I want to try that beer.
This beer is delicious. This beer is certifiably fucking delicious.
So they had it.
You love baseball.
Yeah, they had some in. They got some at AJ's in Henrietta. I didn't make my way up there to grab some.
Can we just can we just comment on the fact how Matt just lifted up the mug with like
the mug looked like it was for tiny dolls. Like
he had
it was so small.
Fantastic.
There it is.
So this is pretty good then, Matt.
This is an $11 always available shelfie by me.
In a 4-pack or.
Yep. Yeah, in a 4-pack. Yeah, I drink this on the reg. This is like I want to rip a lager that has some hop to it. I'll buy this all day.
Yeah.
Keith, show these guys what you have, man. Keith, show them what you have because this is fucking.
Keith,
this is
what are you
brilliant.
doing over there?
Show what you have.
French beer was not good.
Oh man! All right.
Because I figured as much. You were suddenly so quiet.
I was all in for French.
I was like, "What the hell is going on?"
Yeah, the place where I got it, sometimes they have beers that just sit on the shelf for literally years, and there was no date on that bottle, so I took a gamble. And
that place that you used to live by?
Yeah, Shangy's.
Oh, Shangy's. Oh, okay.
But you need to show them this though. This is amazing.
Oh, here, before I open it. Yeah. Wild beer, smoking barrel.
That's awesome.
It is. So apparently this is a series that they did. It's from 2016, and they apparently did one for each season. So this is the summer one.
Which country is it from?
United Kingdom.
Yeah.
Let's get into her.
It's in UK here, man. I love wild beer. They got some great stuff. They do a lot of wild fermentation. They do some awesome barrel-aged stouts. Their bops is like...
It doesn't seem like I'll go to places and they'll have bottles of it, but they're like older bottles. But it doesn't seem like, I don't know if only certain places get newer stuff, but it doesn't seem like we've gotten any recent. It's 4%, by the way.
Oh man!
Oh man, you got me. Like it's okay.
We were talking about you and your 4% table beers earlier.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But it
Because we were surprised that you would send a beer off that was over 5%.
That's probably why he sent it off. He had to get rid of it. He's like, "This is way too high ABV."
Yeah.
Let's see. For summer, we have brewed a barrel-aged smoked orange goza. The base beer containing smoked malts developed in barrels over many months, quietly gaining acidity and complexity. We then introduced home-smoked Cornish sea salt and smoked orange segments. The resulting orange ale is full of juicy zestiness and mouth-watering acidity, while the smoked sea salt provides a decadent mouthfeel and salinity, refreshing and complex in the same mouthfeel. The vibrancy of the citrus contrasts with the delicate sweet smoke from both cherry wood and oak.
See, there you go. I love
So let's see.
I love these guys.
Ooh.
If this does not rock his world.
Look at how the coffee
Ooh.
mug. That's awesome.
Oh,
Yes,
show
right.
the mug. Yeah. Here, I'll solo you for a second. You can show
That's awesome.
It's my This Week in I don't know. That's Thomas Ellis.
Rauchbier. Rauch.
Yeah, see, it's not that difficult. Rauchbier.
Rauchbier.
Rauch.
Rauch. Rauchbier.
So anyway, quickly going through those comments. Beer and Thijs asking, Beer and Spice with Thijs that's saying, hey guys.
Hey, what's going on, homie?
How you doing, dude? He just did a review on a Spanish Imperial Stout coming in at 10.2 ABV. There's some great stuff coming out of Spain these days. There's a few great
who's
breweries there.
Who's that brewery that we interviewed? Keith, do you remember the name of the brewery? The one guy, he repped the Spain brewery at Shelton Brothers. I forget the name of the brewery now.
Oh man, Schietzel,
Oh.
Calavera.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
One of my favorites is the Calavera. You guys would love that. Well, maybe not FLX. They're mostly into their like hypes.
Because I remember really liking the beers from them.
Yeah. Let's see.
Let me take a sip of my hazy.
Oh, jeez.
Hazy.
Napar beer.
Yeah.
Napar.
Yep.
There you go. Oh,
Yeah, I interviewed him a couple years ago at a festival. He used to rep for Napar beer. Jamie.
Good stuff. Question for the Americans. My wife will soon visit Chicago. Can you pick up BCBS whatever year version easily over there, and what kind of shop?
No.
Yes, and
Come to New Jersey.
Yes, yes, in Chicago, yes, and just go to Binny's, BINNYS.
Oh yeah, that place is.
But we're just talking about. He's asking whatever year version, like. BCBS
Oh, he could probably get multiple vintages of multiple variants.
That's
like
the question.
easily.
Yeah.
Or just go to the brewery, go to Goose Island, and probably sell him whatever he wants.
Benny's is that place, from what I hear.
Yeah. Benny's is like I don't know how I'd equate it to.
Listen, Matt, the most important part of Benny's is they have an endless supply of Hot Butcher, and that's okay in my books.
And
I'm seeing tons of Hot Butcher in my area now.
Yeah,
Dude, I'm getting regular Hot Butcher drops here I'm getting regular Hot Butcher drops in the Netherlands these days. They're like becoming common stuff here.
Yeah. And aren't Hot Butcher 4-packs in Chicago like $13 or something?
Oh, they're like cheap.
Yeah.
Yeah. And did they just open that spot? The old Five Rabbit Cerveceria or something? I saw them put a sign up or something like that.
Yeah, they. I saw on what was it? Jets' IG. He was showing them hanging up the sign and everything.
The prices you just named are for 4-packs, I'm assuming.
The price point on Hot Butcher is mind blowing because like if I was in Chicago, that's all I would buy just because the price point's so good for like a really good beer. You know what I mean? Like compared to you pay for what you do for like an Other Half or an EQ or whatever. Not to diss my Other Half, but I'd rather pay that price point for Hot Butcher.
Wait, I was about you you dissing Other Half. That would be one hell of a fucked up thing.
Yeah.
Fuck them.
Hot Butcher for the world. I mean,
me dissing Other Half would be like Keith, like just saying no to smoke.
Yeah, exactly. That's just impossible. I have to say, so Hot Butcher comes in at about, depending on which one, between $8 at the moment is basically same. So I'll just name the euros, and it's.
That was one of my favorite memes I saw the other day. The euro dropped below the dollar, and I saw a meme saying it's called soccer now. You can't fucking tell us otherwise.
Football. Anyway, no, but it like between $8.50 and like almost 10 for a can, which again I don't think is.
Yeah, I mean, if we got
exactly,
yeah, if we got like Cloud Water or something like that over here, it'd probably be the same price point.
So some of the things I can get right now from Hop Butcher, I am seeing Cascade Heavy, a Plume of Many Hues.
Yeah,
a River in Reverse.
A Plume of Many Hues I saw on a shelf a week and a half ago, and I think it was $18.99 for a 4-pack.
That's a nice beer, though.
It's a stupid.
How shelf stable is Hop Butcher, because the canning rate is March 20.
I don't know.
Honestly, like in recent memory, one of the better Hop Butcher beers that I enjoyed immensely, and I wish I could get a case of it, was the Ale America Pale Ale. That was just, I love
Mosaic Pale Ale.
Yeah,
freaking delicious.
Fantastic. Crush it all day.
But like shelf life for
I don't know. It depends on the beer, but I wouldn't. A couple months is fine.
I was about to say, because I've had like IPAs that were nearing a year.
Yeah, but
so
you also
really
you don't know
decent,
how is it getting to you? That's the big thing. Because like let's put it this way. So this brewery, I'll go grab the beer. Actually, hold on.
Go for it. I'm just gonna go quickly through some comments, by the way. So it's an Icebox. Icebox. I love Icebox, especially like the classic styles. The what's it one? Schneiderweiss, that's always a good one. From the title of the stream, Adam is answering. The answer is always Imperial Stout. Is it?
So to my point,
Eclipse.
look at that looks really that looks like really cool the way the camera's showing that, doesn't it? It's like sparkly and stuff. So there's a brewery called Ecliptic. Okay, these guys are in the West Coast. They send me beers. I would say they send me beers maybe once or twice a month at least. And they'll send one can. Like this is all they sent, you know? So they send us they're from Oregon. I believe they're from Oregon. Portland, Oregon. And they send it the worst transit ever. They send it UPS. It must be like super extra super saver, because whenever they send anything to me, it takes 10 days. Every single time. When I opened this, UPS dropped this on my porch. My wife brought it in. I opened it up. It was like hot. Like to where I touched, I was like, "Ooh, that's hot." You know what I mean? Like that's how hot the can was. Do you know what I mean? Like it was hot. Like it was like probably pushing like 100 degrees. Like so. Like how is that beer get? Like that's an American beer from West Coast to East Coast. How is that Hop Butcher beer traveling overseas? Like is it in some like container baking? Do you know what I mean? Like it costs a lot of money to refrigerate shit, and it costs way more money to refrigerate shit while it's moving and it's mobile. You
Which
know
is
what I mean?
why I'm thinking at the pretty decent price point that it is per can, it's probably not being air shipped, refrigerated, and it's probably.
And I'm not going to sit here and say, like, beer has to be cold, but when shit's hot to your hand and where you don't want to hold it.
That's the thing.
Like,
the thing is,
they send me beers, they never contact me. They don't go, hey, did you do a review? Did you post a review? The bigger breweries basically put you on a mailing list, and then just shit just comes on rotation. I won't review this. I'm going to drink it probably now, and I won't review it because I don't want to. Like, I'm like, it was literally boiling when I got it. I'm like, I don't think I should. You don't want me to review this, is what?
review it and label it as boiled Helles Lager.
Well, it's Helles Lager, so it might be fine, but still, like, you know, who knows?
No, but but I will say though, like stable temperature, airlift and like refrigerated is awesome, but stable temperature is much more important than just having it refrigerated. People go freaking out over it. Ship it refrigerated, whatever. If you can keep it relatively constant, I'm much more happy. Like people go like, I need to walk into a beer store and I want to buy all my beers refrigerated. It has to be refrigerated, blah 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 blah, whatever. But how did it get to the store, like you just said, before it went into the refrigerator? If I am very confident in the fact that from when it left the brewery to the point that it came into a shop, and in the shop, the temperatures are relatively stable. From all that point, it was just a variant of a few degrees. I'm okay with that. I'm fine. I'll refrigerate it myself, and it'll be cool.
Yeah. Do they have like not necessarily refrigerated, but like climate controlled, so that it doesn't get over like 65 degrees or whatever it is. Maybe.
I don't know, because like Matt said, that shit is hella expensive. So I mean, I'm happy if it happens, but I doubt a lot of companies will, and especially
but with those places importing stuff, maybe if they know what the beer has, maybe they that's why it costs $8, €9 a can. Maybe that's why. You know what I mean? Like, because I get a bottle of Chimay over here, it's gonna be more expensive, but not like 5 times more expensive. So maybe that's why it is that much more expensive.
I wonder.
I would be surprised because it doesn't say a canning date.
Is anyone looking at how many planes go down because of fruited sours that aren't?
Oh man, please, we should not
fruited beers in general.
Do you really want to talk about planes going down because of things exploding inside of them on a live stream on YouTube? You really think that's like we've got some?
I did say exploding or
I'm just saying
other words I'm not going to say.
I'm just saying it's a tricky subject.
This beer tastes like salty leather.
Is this a good thing?
Oh, the Washington Commander. Yeah.
There's a little bit of citrus in there, but. Yeah,
it's like 6 years old though. I mean, the citrus component it's not that weird that it drops off quite a lot.
Salty leather. That sounds like someone who has a lot of experience with like bondage.
I was not gonna go there, and fucking hell he did. Of course he did. Thank you.
No, but it's
like if someone says like that tastes like salty leather, and be like that means
there's only one way
salty leather a lot. And how would you taste salty leather if you were tied up with leather and sweating because you're exerting yourself with leather.
Yeah, it's
or your baseball player.
It's so late.
Or that.
Yeah. It's a wide gap.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
That's what
watching baseball is very close to sadomasochism. So, especially if you're a Red Sox fan. So.
Is baseball still a big thing in the States? I'm getting the idea that baseball isn't as big as it used to be.
It's not even close. It exists. It's more
right.
It exists. It's football and basketball, and then baseball, and then soccer's close behind, and then hockey is just way behind, but people think it's popular.
If Star Trek was right,
NASCAR's 3.
Well,
yeah,
NASCAR is not 3. No. NASCAR is not 3. NASCAR has the widest gap of growth because of its relative newness. As far as per person, it's not even close. It's you're looking at a
I don't know where you
live. The chart.
Yeah, regionally, I think I should forget.
No, in the whole United States, it's like more people watch NASCAR now than they did 20 years ago. But it's not viewership per viewership.
Well, I'm just saying because Matt is like Star Trek as well. If Star Trek is right, it is Deep Space Nine. Unfortunately, I'm sorry, Matt, but if that prediction is true, then in 2042, the last of the World Series will be played, and then that's it. For a crowd of about 300, for a crowd of about 300 people.
I could see
so
that.
Let's see if that prediction. So let's see if that prediction holds up. You got 20 years counting. So
baseball is like I mean, not to turn it into like a smoked sports podcast, but like baseball. I love baseball. I think it's fantastic. I love listening to it because I'm an old curmudgeon and that's what I like. But it's boring as fuck, man. Like it's boring as fuck. Like, the best thing about baseball is going to a baseball game. And you know what the best thing about going to a baseball game is? Drinking beer and eating food. Like, it's like, it's just not... It takes super long and nothing happens.
Got some beers?
Yeah.
I will never... I'm not a sports guy in general. So... I don't know.
All right, gentlemen. We're gonna drop out. We saw you were live. We just want to pop in and say hi. We're
are you doing one of your Sunday morning? Well, Sunday morning for me, hangs that you sometimes do, even if it's offline.
No, we were just doing our get together because when we
saw reviews,
we did a bunch of
no,
reviews.
that's what I'm saying. Sunday morning for me, because what's the time for you guys right now?
It's Saturday, 4:00 in the afternoon.
4:00. I know that sometimes it will be like late night for you guys. You sometimes do this thing on what would be a Sunday, like it would be like 3 a.m. for you in the night, but you sometimes get together for like an offline hang. If you guys are doing something like that in the night, just drop me a line. I might pop in the morning.
All right,
definitely.
Cool. Definitely. Awesome.
But yeah, we just wanted to pop in and say hello to you guys.
Good to see you boys.
So hopefully we can do it more often.
Don't come back until you have some.
Wave, man.
Keith, wave. Get your smoky hand up there.
Smoke them fists, bro.
I can wave. But I am with Keith though.
Don't come back until you get some smoke beers.
You know what? Just for you, I'm telling you, dude. We're just gonna strap on a Coors Light with fucking dumps of liquid smoke.
I want to see the FLX guys.
93 Lumber
spelled out
edition.
There we go. And I want to see you guys on a live stream with smoke beers going.
That's gonna happen.
It's amazing. It's amazing.
All right, see you boys.
All right, bye.
Cheers, you. Bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.
Cheers.
Oh, please don't end the live.